Hey, 228, because I mislabeled yesterday's. How did I do that? Don't know, but I did. So, if there's 2226, it's 228. So I need to fix that. I'm gonna fix that after this. So I gotta fix that. But anyways, 228. We passed, just past 104 days left. So, that previously on is so loud versus the rest of it. Anyways, 228. Good number, I think. Good number. Good number. Wait. What do you mean? Oh, no, it's fine. Sorry, Duolingo was like, you haven't made your, daily, goal. You have to complete it to keep your streak up. And I'm like, what do you mean I haven't done it yet? It is 2:30 in the morning. Of course I haven't done it yet. It's 2:30 a.m. Only a 12th of the day is gone. I freaking didn't do it yet. I don't know what to make noise, but that's fine. I'm tired. I'm very tired. I have to move over clothes from the washer to the dryer. I have to do all my plants. I haven't played Skyrim, even though I love playing Skyrim when I have allergies, and that's what I'm doing here in this background. I have allergies today, so, you know, I had to do laundry. That means that in the morning I gotta grab all my laundry, which is gonna suck. Poop. Poop. How close can I make it look like? Poop. Poop, 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 poop. I had a weird dream. I think I was just living. We're just like living, you know, just living in a different society, you know? Just a society difference. I think we were probably a little bit younger and climbing up like a city, but it was a lot of hills. So climbing up those brick walls instead of walking around. And yeah. So that was pretty fun. That was fun. I don't remember much of the other, like, what was going on. At one point, I want to say we were trying not to catch up with someone, or someone was trying to catch up with us, and we didn't want that. But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun, slightly stressful dream, but it was pretty fun. What else? Somebody pointed out maybe I misunderstood the Bo Burnham song that I listened to, and it was better. It felt still very pandery to me, like, his whole thing is very pandery, but also pretentious. It's very pandery and pretentious feeling to me, but I wanted to re-listen to it, but I'm so out of it that I'm like, oh girl, I can't do that. I can't do that right now. So I haven't re-listened to it, and part of me doesn't want to, but I don't want to push anything onto him. It's a lot of the things that I don't like is just that certain people are literally like, I don't want to think in depth about things. I don't want to listen to like a podcast or a documentary or Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham, to my knowledge, again, these are all to my knowledge, I don't think should be on the same length as a documentary, you know, thing where you do research. Like, yeah, but probably not all real documentaries are on the same level either. But like, and especially now with like podcasts, can you say that those are 100%? No, but at least they're meant to be, versus for me with Bo Burnham, it's like, okay, I don't know, yeah, it's on Netflix, but it's like one of those things where it's like, don't just take it as fact. Kind of dig into why, like, why things are the way things are, and blah blah. Anyways, I would love to be able to not live in a communist society. This is unrelated. I was thinking about it last night, where for some reason, you know, a bunch of like things just happen in your brain and you don't really know what's happening. So it was going like that. And one of the questions that came up is like, what would you first get out of a not capitalism society? And I went, room to breathe. I would get room to breathe, or I would get yeah, like just a room to breathe, like that relax and just, I can take a breath. You know, I can relax a little bit. I can know I'm not going to die if the government had my back. If I knew that society that we built wouldn't just push us and have us die when there's no reason. We don't need the earth to be destroyed. We don't need people starving. We don't need medicine not given to people if they don't have money. We don't need any of that. We can literally, every single thing. I'm terrified to have to go get my blood work, or go to the doctor if I need to do blood work. I know how expensive it is. It's free for me, thank God. But if I need to go and have my muscles tested or my nerves tested, I don't know how much that is. If I need medicine for it, I don't know how much that would be. Probably for the rest of my life. How much would it be? Until very recently, my state where I am, minimum wage is half of living wage. Half. That's bull crap. Because even then it's like, oh, I make 3 more than minimum wage. You still don't make living wage. You have to make double. And that's not happening. For any, like, a lot of entry-level jobs, every single job should be living wage. If you're working, you should get a living wage. That being said, also, you don't need to be working to be able to live. Hear me out. You shouldn't have to die if you can't work. And so, if I lived in a society where I knew I wouldn't die because I can't work because of my allergies, because of a bunch of different reasons, I can't work right now. I can't do it. And if I was on my own, I could not live. I could not afford a place to live. I couldn't afford food. I couldn't afford anything. Let alone get tested. Get healthcare. So, you good, bud? My dog was making noise. But just the fact that I don't have that room to be like, oh, I won't die. Let's take a breath. It's like, if I ever have anything that is life-threatening, I won't be able to do it. Like, yeah, technically, if I'm having epileptic shock, yeah, the hospital will have to give me epinephrine. But why can't I just have my EpiPens? Why can't I just, EpiPens? EpiPens? They're not that expensive to make. Why can't you just be like, oh, you had to have EpiPens? You might need EpiPens in the future? Here you go, have some EpiPens. Instead of, you're gonna need EpiPens in the future? Well, hope you call an ambulance, you know, before you get into anaphylactic shock, or else you're fucking screwed, dude. Like, just freaking give them the pens. Give them the insulin. Give them heart medicine. Brain medicine. Like, any organs, nerves, who cares? Give them the freaking medicine. You know? Just the fact that all of that. What was I was gonna mention? Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous for me to know oh yeah, with healthcare. Look how quickly, this is very quick, how quickly an illness popped up in the late 2019. It popped up, spread half a year later in America, in the United States. And then in a year, tested, put out, and given vaccines to people in a year and a couple months since it hit here. That is a long time. Like, that's a very short time. A lot of these are a very long time before you figure out all of these steps. This is very, very quick. Other places won't get it, a vaccine, in a very, very long time. But what happened was, the fact that we did that and we gave out these vaccines for free. Why can't everything be like this? And if you said, oh, well, because it takes money to make it, why don't we have the money for it? Like, it's not that we don't have money, it's just that it's in a different place. I mean, there was literally a party that was so much money. After they said, no, we don't have that money for free education, universities, they couldn't be like, no, we can't make college free. But then they spend that amount of money on a different thing. It's like, you did have the money. We have the money. We have the money for all of it. We have the money for all of it. All of it. Also, honestly, even if we, like, other places have it. The thing is with the United States, people always be like, well, this is how it always was. No, it wasn't. Even in the beginning of the United States, we didn't have any of this. I want to emphasize, we put in a voting system, right? They said no parties. The two-party system we have is not here from the beginning. It was actually explicitly said not to because that's how quickly this system failed in somewhere else. It failed so fast and got destroyed and actually overturned that they said if we make parties, this is going to happen. It's going to get, people are going to get angry and angrier and angrier. We're going to fight with each other, and at the end, one way, shape, or form, it will collapse. No matter which side wins, which party wins, this system is broken, and it will either turn into A or B. That's just how it is. So if we wanted to fix the system, let's go back to the friggin' beginning, who did the research of a bunch of different governments to figure out what was the best way to make a government. And they decided on a system of voting, but instead of being two parties, it's supposed to be, who do you want, A, B, or C? Cool. No colors, no teams, no parties, just voting. But look where we are. Two-party system is so ingrained into our government that people are like, okay, like I remember being in elementary school, okay, do you know your address in case you get lost? Do you know your phone number just in case this? Do you know the whatever, do you know this? One of the questions that people would ask is, do you know if you're Republican or Democrat? Now I'm a child. I'm like, why would I need to know the issues? I remember going, and I said it before, in middle school with Obama become president. It's like, I remembered it, and at that point I still didn't know enough to be like, yes, I am this or this, Democrat or Republican. But the fact that it was asked for me, oh, so young, and the fact that, we were taught a bunch of different things, it's just ridiculous that it's already kind of a sign because people are like, A or B, A or B, A or B with a lot of things where it's like, girls over here, boys over there, north, south, Republican, Democrat. What else? Yeah, broken up. Like, it was a lot of breaking up into essentially teams. Like, where do you want to land? Where do you want to land, A or B? And the fact that that is not even part of the original U.S. government's system. That was broke very, very quickly, by the way. The no parties very quickly got taken away, which is very funny. But yeah, if you look up early presidents, they don't have a political party, not because they didn't agree with one or the other political stances. It's because political stances, parties didn't exist because they weren't supposed to exist. They weren't allowed to. Even if one person was perfectly one or the other, it didn't matter because they didn't they didn't exist. They didn't exist. We made this problem. We should fix it. Oh yeah, that, and also coming back, and every law has to be re-examined every couple of years, or every rights or laws. There's a word I'm thinking of, I think, but has to be reevaluated every couple of years to make sure it's still in place, or else it gets like thrown away if it's no longer necessary. It's like, whoop, okay, let's just keep going. So they're supposed to be re-updated, reworded, refigured out every time something happens with them. We didn't do that either. Hence, we still have the friggin' 10 constitutions that multiple of them, I think. Don't even matter. But